Hey folks, Nick Culbertson here, and today we're looking at 5 speedrunning tricks that anyone can do. No practice, patience, or skill needed. Let's get started. Y'all, let me tell you now, I love watching speedruns. When I'm working, I like something going on in the background, either watching a video or some kind of music, and when that space isn't occupied with zombie slaying or guitar shredding, I'm watching speedruns. Like many people, speedrunning first caught my attention with the Games Done Quick Marathon. It's a week-long speedrunning event where runners stuff together into a hotel and beat games as quickly as possible. Once Twitch came along, old school gamers found an awesome community of retro speedrunners running lost games from our childhood. Castlevania used to whoop your butt, well now you can watch it get its butt whooped. It's only natural that after watching these runs for a while, you want to get in on the action. You try the frame perfect tricks and after a few minutes you realize, this is going to be harder than I thought. This is going to be harder than I thought. I just said that. Lucky for you, here's a list of speedrunning tricks you can pull off right now. Let's kick off this list with The Legend of Zelda for NES. Given Zelda 1's popularity, it's no surprise that it's one of the top retro speedrunning games. But it's not a run for the faint of heart. It can take weeks to months of grinding before even the top runners can get a sub 30-minute time. This first speed trick is actually more of a glitch, but it's helpful for both casual players and speedrunners. When Link enters the dungeon and encounters a locked door in the first room like this, you can turn around, leave the dungeon, and re-enter to find that the door is now unlocked. This is helpful because you'll leave Dungeon 1 with an additional key which you'll definitely need later in the game once you enter Ganon's dungeon. A more difficult trick that speedrunners use to bypass sections of the map is the screen scroll glitch. This one is much more difficult, but feels great when you pull it off. Position Link 5 pixels from the right side of the screen. If you're doing it on the very first screen, then Link's little foot will be 2 pixels over this green block. Push up for exactly 1 frame and Link will then be facing to the left. Then finally push right again, and if you do it right, Link will wrap to the other side of the screen. If the setup is just a little bit off where you held up too long or you weren't on the correct pixel, Link will instead travel to the next screen as he normally does. One way to tell if you've done the setup correctly is that whenever you hit the sword button once Link is facing the opposite direction, nothing happens. See, I'm hitting the button, tap tap tap, nothing's happening. Here you can see the glitch giving us a shortcut straight to Dungeon 3, bypassing a large chunk of the map that we would have had to navigate otherwise. Next, let's take a look at Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. This speed trick will have you tying one of the individual level world records. Glass Joe is your first match, and even without speed strats, it's pretty easy to end the fight in the first round. But did you know that you can knock Glass Joe down with just 1 punch? First, you have to wait for 40 seconds. That gives you just enough time to ponder things like, a dog swimming is called a doggy paddle, but what's a cat swimming called? A kitty paddle? Or is that a doggy paddle too? After the 40th second when Glass Joe backs up, time a gut punch as he's rushing forward and send him to the mat with just 1 punch. Referee Mario will come out and deliver the 10 count, and you've just tied your first world record. Next, let's move on to a classic beat 'em up, Double Dragon. The concept for this speedrun is pretty simple. Beat people up and go fast. If you're near an open space, you can save some time by knocking an enemy into the abyss. But the trick I want to show you today is called the XP glitch. On the second mission, after traversing this top section, you'll see 2 enemies spawn when you jump down. Note the placement of the enemy on the top and then backtrack from where you came. If you walk back far enough, you'll actually despawn the 2 enemies, but it does not despawn their hitboxes. Because of this, you can just tee off on their hitbox and have your XP go up exponentially. The reason you want to get more experience in this game is so that you can level up your hearts on the bottom, letting your character deal more damage and learn new moves. Now at the end of your kicking combinations, you'll see that he does this jump kick, and you can beat most of the enemies in just 1 cycle. Another bonus trick for this game is that whenever you come up to this enemy at the top, if you once again backtrack and go down the ladders, you'll despawn the boss and it'll take you on to the next level. Even with these tricks, Double Dragon can be a pretty brutal game. The developer was like, continues, what are those? Next, we move on to a newer game, which I guess is getting close to being a retro game now, Minecraft. Minecraft speedruns are one of the most popular ones on Twitch and a personal favorite of mine. The speed trick I wanted to show off today is how to make a nether portal from a lava pool. To do this, all you're really going to need is a bucket of water, lava pool, and a few blocks. Start off by putting a block in the lava pool and the bucket of water right beside it. Next, remove the block that you just placed into the lava pool. This will create the bottom base for your nether portal. Alright, now here's the tricky bit. This is the configuration you want for blocks behind the nether portal to set up your water fountain that's going to allow all these lava blocks to become obsidian. Make what looks like a 7 along the back left-hand corner with 4 blocks, and place 2 blocks on the right-hand side, leaving a 1 block gap between the 2 sections. So you have the 4 blocks on the left making a 7, and the 2 blocks on the back and right. This block that comes forward on the top left is actually going to be the top left corner of your Nether Portal. Next, pick up your initial water block and place it in the top corner of that 7 configuration on the left. Once you've done this, you're ready to start picking up lava blocks and placing them to make your Nether Portal. The last thing you're going to need to do is go punch some gravel to get some flint, just like in real life. Then craft a flint and steel to light your portal. Catch you on the flip-flop, my didgeridoos. Once you get to the Nether, the real difficulty begins of finding a blaze spawner and a fortress to farm blaze rods, and a bastion to trade piglins for ender pearls, all while not dying. Nope, I'm out. Finally, we have one of my favorite speedruns to watch, Castlevania for NES. I've probably logged more hours on Twitch watching this game than any other. You start humming the theme song to the first level in your sleep. On the surface, this speedrun might not seem too difficult. All you're really doing is walking to the end of the screen and stopping as little as possible. Simon Belmont doesn't even run, he's just strutting to Dracula. But what makes this game so difficult on the top level is manipulating item drops and executing all the frame-perfect tricks. But the trick I want to show off, pretty much anyone can do. It's called the bat boost. Top runners try to do a frame-perfect setup for this using the stopwatch, but if you set yourself up on the edge of this block like I have, you can wait for this bat to come through and damage boost off of its head to bypass the screen with the creatures from the Black Lagoon below. If you don't get the boost right away, you can break into this wall to get some of that delicious wall meat, and then line up again for another attempt. A more difficult trick from this speedrun is one called the bat crit. If you line up just right for the first boss and you hit the attack button in a small frame window, you'll deliver a blow that kills the bat in just one hit. If Simon Belmont hits an enemy at the same frame that he is being hit, a glitch in the game results in giving critical damage to the opponent. When I first started watching speedruns for this game, runners were only doing 2 crits, one for the bat in the first level and one on Dracula at the end of the game. Now the speedrun has evolved and progressed enough to where they do critical attacks on each of the bosses except for death. And there's no doubt in my mind that these strategies will continue to evolve over time. And that's what's so exciting about watching these speedruns. I heard someone say before, world records are borrowed. Someone can perfectly execute a run and get a world record, and then a day later, new strategies can come out that blow the field wide open. And while most of us will never have the time, patience, or skill to pull off some of these incredible speedruns, at least we can watch our favorite runners from the sideline and cheer them on and pull off some of these tricks that are still reserved for us mere mortals. And that's it. Now you know the stuff that I said in the video. You know what? Let's try speedrunning this outro. Hey folks, thanks so much for watching the video. Be sure to like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Let me know what kind of speedruns you've been watching lately. I've been watching a lot of Minecraft personally. That's all for today. I'll catch you all next time. I'll see you speed freaks then. Oh, we did it! I freaking did it, man! PB. Oh, that's not just a PB, that's a world record. Enter this in, world record, submit. Oh, someone just beat my world record. Thanks for watching. Catch you on a flippy.